Okay, here we are. We're in the final countdown of getting the boat ready for launch. Basically, today's project is going to be taking care of the mast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all the electrical contacts, put the antenna on. I will wait to put the wind meter on till the day of launch. Actually, we'll do that at the ramp. I will clean all the stainless with the passivating fluid that I made. I will clean all the running rigging, standing rigging. I'll put the spreaders on. I will test all the lights. I will bring a battery pack out here and I will check all the lights. I will clean the contact for the radar, check the steaming light and the foredeck light, check all the wires, and check and clean the roller furler, and I will clean all the turnbuckles with my passivating liquid. Last year I did lubricate these, so these should be fine. I will clean all the shackles on all of the halyards, and I'll polish up the winches, and that's about it. I will just basically, and then I'll just organize all the wires for launch day, and I will secure it all to the mast for transport. So that's about it for now. Let me get going, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, I couldn't talk a few minutes ago because they're putting that boat onto a trailer. So what I've done is I have taken all the, I've released all the rigging, so now I'm going to inspect it all. I installed the spreaders, not really that complicated. You just slide it on to the piece that's sticking out of the mast, put some pins in, and then I tape it up. So now that everything is loose, I will go ahead and inspect everything. And then also I put the shackles in some hot water and some citric acid to let them passivate to get all the rust off. And I will do the same thing to the to all the rigging as well. So that's where we stand. And also I sprayed some contact cleaner in the light for the foredeck and at the masthead for the lights and the electronics. I sprayed some electrical contact cleaner in just in case there's any corrosion. I want to make sure that I head it off. I even sprayed some in the antenna. So I just need to actually I need some more hot water for the rigging, and then I will use the spotless stainless for the hardware that's on the boat because it's like a gel, so it'll stick better than what I make, which is just a liquid. So that's where we stand. And then I will take all the ropes off of the winches and everything and tie it up nice and pretty for launch day. Make sure everything's on the right side of the mast, which is important. And then I will test all the lights here. I have all the wires for the lights. And then I just gotta take all these wires and hook it up to the battery. I have a jumper pack there, and just test all the lights, make sure they work. They should. And that's where we stand now. So I'm going to, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the upper shrouds and attach it to the end of the spreaders, and then I'll put the boot on, and that's just a matter of a couple screws, put the wire in, tighten it down, and then tie up the boot with some electrical tape. And I do use a white electrical tape. You could use self gripping rubber tape as well, but this is cheap, works, and it's never a problem. You might get some of this little glue here, but that comes right off. But that always holds up for the whole season. I'm going to have to tilt this down for two reasons. One, I don't want water to fill up the speaker, and I can't get the wire past the spreader on that side, so I'll tilt the whole mast sideways. And so let me do the spreader now. I'm probably not going to film that because I have no mount here. And again, it's just putting the wire in this little groove, tightening down this plaque here, and that's it. So pretty simple. Okay, we're making some progress. I put the wire through the end of the spreader, and I put the boot on, and then I wrap the ends with the electrical tape. and so that's not going to go anywhere. And I will do the same thing to the other side. I'm also making sure that all of the lines are on the correct side of the spreaders, because it makes a difference if it's in front of the mast or behind the mast. Some wires need to be on either side. Okay, now it's time to test the lights. So I've actually hooked up this jump pack to the wires for the foredeck light and the steaming light. So I have the negative on the negative and the two positive leads on the positive. And if we look up here, both lights are working. So I just have to do the same thing to the masthead light. Because I want to do this now, because I don't want to have any surprises and have to climb the mast after the boat's in the water to change a bulb. So it's always a good thing to do now. Get the wires hooked up to the masthead light now. So let's go up there. And let's see what we got. And it looks like both are working well. So that's it for the lights. So I know the lights are working. So the mast is pretty close to done. I did give it a bath last time I was here. So all I'm going to do now is tidy up the shrouds and the running rigging to the mast, and might rotate it so the speaker doesn't get full of water, or maybe I'll put a plastic bag on it. But I'm just going to tidy everything up now. I'm also soaking the shackles in the solution of citric acid and hot water. I'm also doing the same thing to the standing rigging. I always can submerge half of it, so I'll hand polish the rest of it, because I don't have a bucket tall enough. I'll have to work on that for next year. But this will get anything that's in the nook and crannies on the bottom, and I'll inspect everything before I tidy everything up. And I might polish the winches while I'm here as well. So then I still want to do the spotless stainless on the rest of the stainless parts that are here. So making some progress.